Okay, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to talk about a brand new certification, the Certified Project Risk and Controls Professional. And really, it's all about tackling a question that's probably on a lot of our minds. And that question is this: why do so many well-intentioned projects just fail? I mean, you've seen it, right? You have these brilliant, hardworking teams pouring everything they have into a project, and it still somehow veers off track. So what's going on here? What's the hidden factor that we might be missing? Well, this slide really gets to the core of it. The common myth, the thing we all jump to, is that it must be about a lack of effort or maybe not having the right expertise. But the reality? It's something much sneakier. It's about misunderstood risks and weak controls. So the big takeaway here isn't that you need to work harder. Nope. It's that you need to work smarter on the things that actually move the needle. And look, this isn't just some theoretical exercise. We're living in a super high-stakes environment right now. The consequences of getting risk wrong, they're bigger than they have ever been. Messing this up isn't a small thing. It can have some seriously massive knock-on effects. I mean, just listen to this. When projects go wrong, the consequences extend far beyond missed deadlines. This just says it all, doesn't it? We're not just talking about being a little late or a bit over budget anymore. The ripple effects are way, way bigger than that. So, what are we really talking about here? What's actually at stake? Well, it's the big stuff. We're talking about your organization's reputation, your ability to stay compliant, the trust you have with your stakeholders, and maybe most importantly, the actual strategic outcomes you're trying to achieve. These are the absolute pillars of any organization. The stakes, they're as high as they get. Okay, so if the stakes are that high, what's the answer? How do you even begin to build a defense against all that? Well, that's where this idea of a new governance capability comes in. And it's all wrapped up in this new course, the Certified Project Risk and Controls Professional. It's basically designed for the world we live in today. Now, the central idea of this course is to completely reframe how you think about risk and controls. This is not about administrative tasks. It's not about taking boxes. It's about seeing it as a core governance capability. What does that mean? It means having the tools to make defensible decisions, especially when the pressure is on and everyone is watching. This really is a huge mindset shift. You know the old way, right? It was all about filling out these giant risk registers and using templates that, let's be honest, probably just sat on a shelf gathering dust. The new way is all about strategic governance. It's about really understanding how risks pop up and how you can design smart controls that actually help you deliver instead of just getting in the way. All right, so what are you actually going to learn? What are the skills you'll walk away with? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the course content. And this isn't just a bunch of high-level theory. It's a real, actionable 4-step process. First, you'll learn how to identify the risks that are actually material, the ones that matter. Then, you'll figure out how to prioritize them effectively. Step 3 is all about designing controls that are proportionate, not overkill. And finally, and this is so crucial, you'll learn how to make sure your decision-making process is solid, transparent, and totally audit-ready. The course is built from the ground up to be practical. We're talking applied lessons, case studies that feel real, because they are, and templates you can literally start using the next day. And who is this for? Well, it's for a whole range of people: project managers, PMO professionals, risk and assurance specialists, auditors, even senior leaders who are in charge of those really complex, hairy initiatives. There's something in here for everyone. So you go through the course, you master these skills. What's the end game? What's the real payoff? It all comes down to taking control of risk. And the cool thing is, the benefits work on 2 levels. For you as a professional, this is huge for your credibility. It gives you a solid framework so you can make those tough decisions and actually defend them. You can stand by your choices. And then for your organization, wow, the benefit is massive. We're talking about being able to deliver those critical projects with so much more confidence and building a real resilience to handle whatever comes your way. Which really brings us to the final and maybe most important question. In the kind of high-stakes world we're all working in, there really isn't a middle ground anymore. So you have to ask yourself, will you control project risk, or are you going to let it control your outcomes? Really, the choice is yours.